Go ahead, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of Whose Mans Is This? All right, we're back for another week of topics, okay? Here to bring the people to everybody, bring the news to everybody. And today, we got a special guest with us today. But first, let's introduce the crew here. First, we got myself, King Guap, aka Guapo. You got my man up there, Jason Berry, Mr. Chi-Town all day.
Mm. Man, this man got to say my whole government though.
Ugh.
Then you got the you
Hey,
got
we ain't gotta do that. We ain't gotta be that official.
you got I know. Hey Ryan, cut it, man. Cut it. Start over.
We already here,
Start
man.
over.
We live, baby. We
We
good.
here, we
Good.
live,
We
brother.
live, man.
Oh,
Ain't no
okay,
cuts.
We
let's
live
get
Ain't no
then.
it.
We
We
cuts.
gotta
live
keep
then.
it
Never
going.
mind then. Let's go. Let's go with it. All right. Then you
All
got my
right.
man Jay over here,
Hey, what up, man? Carolina, stand up. What up?
and then we got my man Rodman 13.
What's up, y'all? Much love to you.
All right. Today we got a special guest with us today. All right, brother is gonna be joining us. Brother Muzon, introduce yourself. How you doing?
What up? What up? This is Bo, aka Brother Muzone. Chicago's finest, man. Stand up. Let's go.
Hey,
All right.
Hey,
Hey, so
Let's
hey,
do
if
it.
you real quick before we get started, if you got a glass in your hand, man, go ahead and raise your glass. Let's get a little toaster here for everybody.
right on,
Let's
man.
toast it up. Toast it up. All right, gentlemen.
First time
Much love.
listeners, last time listeners.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Jay's drinking a little heavy,
Hey,
man. Why that look so heavy, man? What you
hey, man, relax.
doing?
Jeez, some light. I got the circle ice, man. Leave me alone.
So how's everybody doing, fellas? Everybody good?
Yeah, we
Chilling,
good, man.
man. Real quick, man. Peace to the homie Scissor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
He's one of the homies that games with us and stuff, man. That's kind of where all this stuff started. And I mean, he suffered a significant loss recently, man. So peace to the homie, man. Shouts to
Yes,
Yeah, for
Scissor.
sure.
indeed. Yes,
For
indeed.
sure.
So,
Should get the Mickeys, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
mhm.
All right. So gentlemen, what's on the list today? What we gonna talk about today? What we gonna bring to the world today?
Man, I've been looking at these shoes, man. Them Trump 45s looking real fire,
mm.
dog.
Hey, did you
Oh, the
cop
Trump
though? Did you cop the
45.
45s?
Man, I ain't got no 45s, man. Them shits is trash.
Uh,
Them things
Man, you know
awful.
you caught the Insurrection Sixes.
Hey,
Man,
look. Hey, you know what those shoes look like, man? So
he got the impeachment 12s.
I'm dating this girl. I'm dating this girl with a 6-year-old. They look like the shoes she be wearing with the sparkles and shit on them. Talking about I want to wear
that's
these, bro.
wild.
That's
Man, so
messed
they got them Trump bedazzled, huh?
Man.
I bet they got that grip on the side where you can climb over the wall real fast. Shit. But nah, man, the Trump 45s, man, they making news. I guess he was at SneakerCon this year,
Mm-hmm.
from President Trump and everything, or his representative, or something to that effect. And
Is it?
yeah, he brought out some sneakers, man. They look like what you think? They look like a mix of Converse All Stars and high top Jordan ones or something. What's the deal? What you think they look like?
Like it kind of like a cross between some Jordan ones, some Air Forces to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
some high top ones. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, them
Them
high
joints
top
look like
felines.
Mm,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
The Foreman
Look,
Mills
the
special.
thing that got me about the 4/5 shoes though, man, is I guess it was on Fox News where they did an interview with a gentleman. I'm not sure how affiliated with the Trump party, but he basically said that black people can identify with sneakers and being indicted and all this negativity. And that's why black people will vote for Trump. And personally, I took offense to that, man. I think the black vote, at least I hope the black vote is more diverse and more well thought than a pair of shoes or being associated with crimes, man. I think they did us a disjustice by associating us with those terms, man.
What you mean, Jay? Man,
Um,
you ain't been indicted before?
Listen. That
Hey,
is, we already know. We
you ain't
already
got no
know
mug
how.
shot. You ain't got a mug shot out there. You doing the bid?
Listen, we already all know how Trump is, man, and that's just racism at its finest. If you look at, if you ask me, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just another slap in the face coming from this guy, man. He just, that's the thing about Trump. He loves to run his mouth and likes to talk.
No,
It's
you know
election
I
season though.
true. And
Go on, bro. What's up with that election season though? Expound.
It's everybody's gonna be pandering to the black people, to the black community. They're gonna start showing up at the barber shops, showing up at the
Mm,
restaurants, and showing up
mm.
on what's that, Breakfast Club. And remember Hillary pulled out hot sauce in the last election cycle that she ran. She went on the Breakfast Club and pulled the hot sauce out of her purse. This is what they do. It's not exclusive to Trump. He just did that bull crap.
Mm.
Right.
But it's not. It's that's and then we don't get anything. But as far as the shoes go, I think he's selling the shoes because he's in a world of debt with all these lawsuits that he's got going on. They making him
Mm.
pay $300 something million. He's got all these attorney fees piling up. He got to get some money somewhere. But that Mar Ryan said the other day, what if they was made in China?
Listen, man, that
uh,
man out here like Monopoly. He got to take that hotel off a boardwalk.
hey, my man said he took him to get made with the cats with the kung flu.
Oh man, G. They
Oh,
try to
that's
give me the
Hey,
heavy.
virus. They try to give me the virus.
they trying to
They
get
tried to get in the
hey,
virus.
Oh
hey,
man,
but
if
hey,
them
but
shoes are made in China.
hey, but yeah, it's really to me, they just so out of touch that he just got bad PR and people that's so out of touch with what's going on that that's what
Mm.
they think the gimmicks needed to gain the black vote or even and get in touch with the younger generation. That's what they think.
Mm.
And they
But think
like, you know
about,
what? Because it wasn't really about the shoes connecting with it's just like like on being racist like that. It's just like somebody came to him and was like, you know what? I got it.
They like
That's how
shoes.
you get the blacks. That's
Oh,
how you get
but
them.
think,
They're
but think
sneakerheads.
about,
Let's get them.
but think
But I,
about what
cause
you're
like
saying, man. How does that,
it started like what
I
Bo
mean, how
said,
they
just
view us?
yeah, it started like what Bo said, he just trying to get out there. He in debt and he trying to make some moves or whatever. And then on top of that, they just was like, aha. And
Hmm.
but
that's what it
see,
was.
I guess the part that pisses me off, man, is you look at what other social and racial groups have achieved through politicians, and it wasn't about being drawn in by a pair of shoes. Like they're getting legislation done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? LGBTQ, they're getting legislation done.
Mm-hmm.
Stop Asian hate, they're getting legislation done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And they didn't have to sell them, a set of special chopsticks or whatever. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And they still got legislation done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it offends me as a black man that they always dangle these carrots for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that legislation should necessarily apply to a particular race demographic. However, there's other race demographics that are getting theirs. And all black people get is the same song and dance. They can ridicule you for voting for the other party. They can, Biden came out and said it, you're not black unless you vote for me,
Mm-hmm.
which is,
Yep.
that was just obscene, bro.
Horrible.
But okay, so we got the seat. And again, Asian hate got theirs. And hey, man, shouts to Asians, man. I have nothing against stop Asian hate. I think all hate should stop towards, our fellow man. But we're talking about politics here, and we just haven't been getting ours as a community. You know what I'm saying? Like as
Uh,
in terms of legislation,
Mm-hmm.
again, man, we haven't got anything since I guess Trump did a solid by getting money to HBCUs and stuff, and that's a solid. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But in terms of that carrot that reaches every black person, we're just not getting that done. And it's sad to see that a pair of shoes will be the carrot that gets us in the booth to say, hey, maybe he'll give us some. And that's
Yep.
just, I think they
Hey,
look
can
at us
can I can
poorly
I
that way.
speak on something, man?
Hmm.
Hit it.
You know, this is Jason Berry here. Says my man want to get my. I'm the only one he give his whole government name. You know what I'm saying? Reporting live
Hey,
from Channel
what's your
5.
middle name, man?
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you want me to
Mother's
say the
maiden
last four of my
name.
social too, brother?
That's wild.
My
Hey,
bad, Shy. My
oh
bad,
my
Shy. My
God.
bad,
No, it's
Shy.
all good.
We gonna edit that in episode 3. We gonna edit that in
Yeah,
episode
yeah,
3.
Right,
it's
right.
all wood. But
Man.
a lot of it is, and I mean, please, you know, when I'm done, you know, let me know how y'all feel about what I'm saying. Is we can never be all together on something, and it's like when something happens, we all kind of come together, and then it's like the people who actually have a voice, they come in and then they spew something different, and so now we don't look like we're all together. And then after that happens, then it's just like the negative. We start getting the negative exposure, like the rioting. Like, what does rioting have to do with George Floyd? You know, getting a knee on his neck. Like it
Mm.
started out positive. It started out like what it's supposed to be. Then it goes out to these young people start looting, start doing stupid stuff. So now the attention goes from that to that, and
Wait a
then
minute. Let me speak on that real quick before you finish though. Now you talk about the rioting. Now remember, we didn't start the rioting. Now if you look
no,
back, it was a lot
no,
of folks. It was almost like a setup to where
yeah,
you
Hmm.
and that's
see.
what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not necessarily saying we started the rioting. I'm just saying that's where it shifted. And then it may not
Yeah.
have been started it by us, but
But
then
it
it
was
was
they
like,
associated with
and then
us
they
though.
associate with us, and then we
Hmm.
took kind of took it over and ran with it. And it's kind of like,
Hmm.
so, you know,
That's a great point.
that's kind of like where we are. And then it's just like, you know, like even when the whole Colin Kaepernick thing happened, it's like everybody was like, let's come together and support this brother. Then you got people like Dak
Hmm.
and other NFL, man, I gotta feed my family. I gotta do this,
Hmm.
I gotta do that. And
Hmm.
it's like, you don't think it's gonna hurt them more if the product ain't good, if the
That
product's not
man was that
working?
man was scared of Jerry Jones. That's what that was.
I get
Yeah,
it.
and that's
Hmm.
what I'm saying. So I'm just saying, so when it
Oh
comes to
yeah.
these different subjects like that, we can never all be one because we all like it seemed like we all on one accord, and then
Hmm.
you got those few who have a big voice, don't never agree with everything. Just like when it was like Jay-Z came to the Super Bowl, it's like I'm tired of talking about what we gonna do next, but it was really like we didn't really have a set thing of what was next to try to get this man back in.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind, and that's over. Now it's the next thing. So that's what I got to
Yeah.
say about that, man.
So
What y'all?
I agree. I actually agree with pretty much everything you just said. It's a lack of unity, and we're very disorganized, right? So if you look at black people during the civil rights era, we had a leader, we had leaders
Leaders.
that we followed behind to get what we wanted to make progress. We don't have that right now. Not to say that this guy who I'm about to mention should have been the leader, but he did try, and black people really turned on him. Ice Cube, when he
Hmm.
in that last election cycle said, "Hey, I want to talk to Joe Biden and I want to talk to Donald Trump, and I have a plan that I have already written out for black people. I don't care who it comes from. If Donald Trump's willing to talk to me and he's willing to give us what we, want, then I'll talk to him." And people just heard Trump and then just was like, "Oh no, Ice Cube's a coon. Ice Cube's a," and I'm like, "Have
Yeah.
you ever listened
Yeah.
to Ice Cube's music?
Hmm.
Like he
Yeah,
was the Ice Cube's music, well, he was always advocating for black people. I mean, everything he does is about being, pro-black and promoting our success and our, progress in
Hmm.
society. So I'm just piggybacking off of what you just said, Jason. Like, yeah, there's just a lack of unity, and I hope people ain't out here spending $9,000 on no insurrection
Hmm.
sixes.
Hey, they fire though, man. You can get, they
Impeachment
match the
12s.
Trump hat. You know what I'm saying? You get the Trump hat, Insurrection Sixes on the bottom, maybe a camo vest or something.
Yeah.
Like that's
Catching
the
it.
look.
Yeah. gold in.
Man, you
But
get a
on the
get out of
real,
jail free
man,
card and everything.
Oh,
right? You
I'm
gotta
playing.
get
Money,
that.
one pair sold for
Gotta
six
get to get
thousand.
out of jail.
Jeez.
And to
But
piggyback
on
off,
the real, man. Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan. Go ahead, man.
man,
Go.
just to piggyback off of what Bo and Mr. Barry said, um, yeah, we can't come together. Yeah, hey, your shit's already out there, but we can't come together. But on top of that, what Bo said about the civil rights era, yeah, we had many leaders, and they were some of them were opposed to different types of Malcolm X and and MLK.
MLK.
Just to say a few, right? But to bring it back to today, we start off with good intentions, right? We start off with good intentions with Black Lives Matter, and then you see what the leaders did with that and what the fuck they got caught up in, right? And it's just these
That was
leaders,
such a terrible look.
these leaders, so-called leaders, that are going to start these movements or help start these movements and be the pariahs of these movements, don't. It seems like nowadays they don't. Now I don't know if that's some other factors that's going in and from outside trying to take these guys down, but it seems like it seems like it's money instead of the actual movement. You know what I'm saying? These people, I mean, look at what happened to Malcolm X and MLK, man. They sacrificed their lives, literally.
Right.
Their families, their livelihoods. They couldn't walk nowhere without an entourage because it wasn't safe out there in
You
these
mean
streets.
secure entourage security?
Right. And we don't have that. We don't really have that. And then like this, our public figures now who have those powers to do it, the powers to be. Like I was with, for example, I was with Kaepernick all day. All right, hey man, take your knee, young man, take a seat, whatever. And then he starts doing, off the wall stuff about supporting Castro and wearing pig socks, and it's just like you're diluting your message now. You're not helping your message, and it just, I don't know if that's just like it got to his head or money or whatever, but it diluted his message, and unfortunately,
Well, I mean, I think ultimately, man, what we're discovering is that black people are just not a monolith, man. We've never been a monolith, and when you're trying to get the black vote, you're trying to reach a wide array of opinions, economic, social statuses. I mean, I think it would be nearly impossible to get all black people on the same page on a single issue.
Same with white folks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Same with any.
Exactly right. So why is it that nobody's trying to go and get the white vote? It's you're trying to get the educated vote. You're trying to get Trump thrived in getting the uneducated vote. Mm-hmm. And I say uneducated meaning in terms of higher education. Trump was able to make the high school graduate, white male and female, even probably more female than anything, feel that they were under attack. You know what I'm saying? As a whole, he brought the lesser privileged white people in America together and made them feel that they were under attack. And I don't know what issue could galvanize black people that way, because it's not a kid getting killed by police. It's not several kids getting killed unarmed by police. It's not that. So I don't know what it is that it's going to take to truly unify black people, and I don't even know if that should be the goal anymore.
Well, apparently,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, apparently it's shoes, right?
Right, and it's not fucking shoes. Like that's my thing. It's not shoes, and I'm offended that they even somebody with probably a college degree and they're sitting in front of a camera watching the world, and they were able to fix their mouth to think it's shoes and being charged for crimes that unifies black people.
And my man said, "I've been
shows
indicted,
you what they think
baby.
About us."
I've been indicted."
I gotta say this, man. And whether when you talk about any people of color, man, whether it be black, Indian, Hispanic, whatever, man, just get out there and vote. That's the first step.
Right.
You gotta get out there and vote. You can't sit here and complain about the problems, this and that. but you ain't voting. You're not doing anything about it. So what's the? If you're not gonna vote, don't complain about it.
Well,
Don't make an
Right.
argument about it.
but to piggyback off what you just said about getting out and vote, right? Because I'll be the first one to
Mm.
tell you, I didn't vote in this last election with Florida because there was nothing. My parents were pissed about it. There was no who I wanted to vote for. But I was,
Yeah, but
I
it's
was,
more issues on the ballot, baby. It's
I
more
saw
issues
no,
on
and
the
I saw
ballot.
that. Yeah, and those issues on the ballot, I was kind of like, man. So, the thing is too on that, with that, not just get out there and vote, but be educated on your vote. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
That's what
Be
I was gonna
informed,
say.
be
too.
informed,
Good
be
shit,
informed
good
on
shit,
it.
Ryan. Yeah.
Be informed,
Whether you
man.
want to go
Yeah.
with the right, the left, the middle doesn't matter, but be informed on
Right.
your vote and why you're voting for it. You feel me? You know,
Mhm.
so and that's just it. You know, and
Right. No, I definitely agree with you, Ryan. I would say no matter where you are and how you feel, just make sure when you are voting, don't just go in there voting. Know what you're voting about. Actually know
Facts.
what you're voting about because you may try to go with the popular vote, but that popular vote ain't doing something good for you in the long run. Hence
Right.
why the country is kind of like in the state of where it is right now.
Well, both parties have been tricking people to vote against their own interests for quite some time now.
Mhm. They're
You
excellent
know,
at
I
it, man. They
mean,
spend millions of dollars to
yeah,
do it.
yeah, man.
spend
So,
doctors.
and it's not
Hmm.
exclusive to one party. It's not exclusive to the left
No.
or the
Yeah,
right.
for
No,
It's
it's
sure.
both
And
of
not.
them,
that's what we
man.
and that's
No,
what we're
it's
saying. It's
not.
not
You know,
exclusive. No, definitely not.
you know.
It's both.
I would love to
We
have
definitely
more representation outside of just those two parties. That would be
yeah.
Well,
great.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
problem
And I'm
is,
and you know
man, the
and to be honest, I'm and just, sorry to cut you off, Jan. To be honest, I'm
no,
tired
good.
of it. Always got to be a male perspective.
Mm,
Like they always try to push these males to the front, especially these old dudes who just so out of touch with everything. Like
Old
they keep
white
trying to push.
males.
Yeah,
mm,
and they don't and it's like the women just get pushed back and fall back and it's like, hey, y'all need to get in y'all place type deal, and I don't like that either. And it's
right.
like it's crazy that that doesn't come out more, and when those that do come out and say that, it's like they get silenced and put in their place real quick, which is crazy.
Real quick.
Just like how they did Cheney.
Right.
Yeah.
They did. I mean, even when you look back at past candidates, man, like even a dude like Mitt Romney, you know what I'm saying? Like when you compare Trump to Mitt Romney, I'm like, dude, I'd much rather have a Mitt Romney, dog. Like,
Right. That's
but
crazy.
but
It's
at
crazy
the
to say that.
time,
Right.
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 they killed Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
Like I was one of the ones that killed Mitt Romney,
Same.
if
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? But
Now you're
I
like,
guess,
damn.
man.
You're
Right.
like,
He wasn't so bad. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. What's the bull's name? Out of Arizona.
John
McCain.
McCain.
Yeah.
John McCain, man.
Yeah. We
John
killed him.
McCain
We
was
killed
an
him.
American hero, bro. American hero. Killed him.
Killed him.
But
They
Hey,
turned on him
you
real
see,
quick.
you see
yeah.
that video with Trump? He was talking about McCain. He was like, he got caught. I don't like guys that get caught.
I don't like
Wild.
guys that get caught. I like the
Wild.
heroes that don't get caught.
And you know
Oh,
what's
dude.
and you know how
Dude,
you know how
he was a
disrespectful
fool.
that is to the military.
Oh my god.
You know how
But
disrespectful
that's
that
the
is.
thing.
Oh man.
And the dudes in the military still like, let's go Trump. And you're just like, bro. And at the end
Right.
of the day, Jay,
Well,
like the one thing I brought up to you, and I'm gonna keep saying it. If my enemy is rooting for one side to win, something is wrong. Like, what are we talking about?
We don't have time to talk about Putin, but right on though. I feel that if your enemy is pulling for one candidate to win,
Something ain't
then
right.
you might want to look at that candidate a little closer, man. I think we spent enough time on though, right? The Trump 45s
Yep.
don't use
Yeah, I
shoes
mean,
to get
hey,
black
listen,
votes.
Yeah.
And make sure you
Don't
go
use
get
shoes to get
indicted. Make sure you get that indicted mug shot, baby.
Crazy, man.
So you can go ahead and feel welcome. You know what I mean?
They
That's
do,
wild.
they do this shit every year, man, to us. It's really
And
degrading.
gold
Blacks love
45
me.
pass.
I've been indicted.
I've been indicted.
The blacks love me.
All
They
right,
love
man.
me.
All right, gentlemen. All right, so the next topic, man. Let's talk about this kid out of Texas, man, Daryl George, man. So here we have, what the situation is. We got a black student that was suspended, for his hair, his locks. He was a junior at Barbers High School in Mount Bellevue, and he received an indoor suspension after he was told his hair fell below his eyebrows and his earlobes, gentlemen.
Mm. Um, man, I guess I'll kick this one off, man.
Well, hold up.
Go on. Oh, my bad.
No offense, gentlemen, but it looks like none of y'all even got hair. Just saying.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen, boy. Bald is
Hey,
beautiful, brother.
Hey, so you discrimination against alopecia?
Your
So
ball was
you
terrible.
discriminate against the bald heads now? Is that what we doing?
Discriminate
man,
against
can't talk about hair.
You discriminate because my hair don't fall below
Run
my
that crazy
eyebrows,
bald
my
man.
earlobes.
Right,
Out of town.
Brother, I got
Crazy ball,
alopecia,
man.
brother.
right.
Is it too soon?
You gonna smack me too?
Too soon.
Hey, man. Hey, I might, dog. Hey, man.
You got hella
Might go
black
ooze upside your
hair.
head, brother.
Man, my bad, Jay. Man, go ahead. No, I had it time.
But on the real, man, I gotta I try to look at
alopecia.
things. That's ridiculous. I try to look at things objectively, man.
Mhm.
And I'm really trying to understand the the logic behind the rule,
Mhm.
because there has to be some, right? I mean, I don't know that this is just a punish black people rule.
Mhm.
I mean, the rule does not say, from what I understand, that you cannot have locks. The
Correct.
rule says that it can't be below your eyebrows, right?
Yeah, but he had it up.
So you're telling me that they suspended him based on a situation where his hair was up?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So what's up?
His hair was up. It wasn't down. It wasn't wild. It was tied up.
Here's the thing. I was thinking too, which will be a good question. For one, is this a private school? Two, what if this dude was a Sikh and had his hair up in the bun with the wardrobe on?
Well, then they have an issue because it's considered religious.
But you can
Right.
consider,
So you can religious your
if
way
he's
out.
if he's Rastafarian.
Well, I mean, I don't think they brought up that argument.
They didn't, but that's just just throwing that out there.
Well, I mean, the point that I was going to make is, I mean, so it is a private school, is that correct?
Yeah.
So when you signed up and paid your money, man, you the rules and standards that you had to adhere to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that he didn't adhere to those standards, but clearly they thought he did not. And once they tell you one time, because I mean, let's face it, I'd imagine, I hope that he at least got talked to before they came to this point. And I hope that in that talking to, they gave him some advice on how to remedy this situation that didn't result in him necessarily cutting his hair off.
Oh, he didn't cut his hair.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I know he didn't because, I mean, he's in the situation he's in. But,
or I should say he's not going to cut his hair is what I should say.
Right. And should he have to? I mean, if you want to go to that school, which you don't have to go to, you have to adhere to certain standards, man. Mm-hmm. If it was tied up in a bun, and I don't know what measures they took to decide his hair was too long, but ultimately, there's standards in place. And if you signed a contract to agree to those standards, then you need to agree to those standards.
And I think
you need to live up to that.
That's the rule. And I think every school in that district, because they were talking about, maybe changing to a different school in the district, but I think every school in that district has that same rule, okay?
Right.
And then, I don't mean to cut you off, and this is what we talk about. For me, it's bigger than just this kid in the school, because you're talking about, racism, because of a person's hair, discrimination, over hair in schools and also in the workplace. They have this thing what's called the Crown Act. And I'm going to read to you what I'm going to read the definition of
But the Crown Act is supposed to fight against that. But yeah, go ahead, my
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So the Crown Act is what's called Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair Act of 2022, known as the
Mm.
Crown Act of 2022. It is a bill in the United States Congress intended to prohibit discrimination based on hairstyle and hair texture by clarifying that such discrimination is illegal under existing federal law.
Mm.
So how does this not fall? How does he not fall under that Crown Act? I don't understand.
Because I don't know that they pushed this issue because of the style of his hair. They pushed this issue because of the length of his hair.
That's what
Hey, hey,
that's one of the things that they said actually was that they were boiling it down to. That's why it kind of got passed in Texas was the fact that it
But
wasn't. it-
isn't locks a hairstyle?
It is a hairstyle, but the length of locks can go below your ears, and they're saying that if this was a woman, at least their argument in the court, if this was a woman, they wouldn't have a problem.
Okay, and then again, like you said,
Really?
but then
That's
again,
a problem for me.
but then-
let me-
so
let me-
tell me now.
hey, can
remember,
me
he
I-
had
ask
them,
something.
remember too, they weren't down here. He had them tied up,
Right.
so it wasn't technically below his eyebrow or earlobe.
Go
Let me
ahead, go
ask
ahead, Bo.
something.
Go ahead, Bo.
Is the rule enforced across the board on any student that violates this hair thing? Like, has there been any other people that have come out and say, yeah, like I got banned
Well,
too, like, or they
It's not
kicked me
only
out too? 'Cause
it wasn't
whoever
just
they
based on
are.
students. It was based on just period for people in the workplace. You know, for workplace discrimination based on hairstyle or texture.
He's
So
talking about
it's
the crown.
overall.
He's
I'm
talking about,
talking about-
he's talking about Crown Act. I think Bo's talking about the school's actual.
Yes.
Okay.
Laws.
Yes. Yeah.
And no, I don't think from what I read that any other person has come out and said anything is affecting
Let me
them.
see if
But
I can
think
find what the
also
school stated.
it is a predominantly white school, so predominantly white males have their stuff. with
Yeah,
the-
they
have
probably got it
they
uptight.
they probably have the Travis Kelsey, if you know what I mean. So
Hey,
You know,
but
Travis Kelsey invented the fade.
Hey, yeah. Hey, but can I say
my
can I say
God.
something to that too?
Oh,
Go
man.
ahead.
Okay,
Can I say something
It
to
was
that
wild
too?
for
Like
that. That was
in the
crazy.
military, right? They kind of have something similar to that. Like I remember before my hair disappeared, I had like a curl fro. Like I had a curl fro, right? And technically I was in regs.
I need pictures.
And one time we was having an inspection and he was like, wait a minute, how long is your hair? I said, man, it's within regs.
2 inches in
And
both.
they was like, pick it out.
Nah, that's not it.
So you
Nah,
shouldn't have to pick
that's not
it
the same. You
out.
shouldn't have to pick it
But
out.
Nah,
But
hell
that's what I'm
no.
saying. I shouldn't have to do that.
No, you shouldn't have to pick it out.
Nope.
But
Oh,
but
man,
that's
you gotta
but
pick it
that's
out.
but that's how they
You
kind of
had
got
an S curl.
like, man, now I have to have no X curl, brother.
He had a Duke kit.
I had the just for me kit. Nah,
Hey, that man, he on the box like this.
the S curl wave kit had that soul glow, baby. Just let you. No, but I'm just saying but it's certain stuff like that that they used to do in the military though.
Yeah,
Like,
Check this out. This is
But
this
you know
is what
what
it says.
but they did used to do that in the military. They'd come by with their little thing, putting it under your beard and see if you know what I'm saying. Like they used to do stuff like that. So that's kind of
wow.
what they doing though.
Mhm. I will say that it's different and now in the military because
Yeah, it's different.
Definitely different.
You know, I definitely have the experience on that, but it's definitely different, and I personally haven't got that. But
Yeah, it's way different.
but I
man.
get but
It's
I
way
also get what you're
different.
saying because I mean, dudes will slick their hair back. You know what I'm saying? White folks
Yeah,
slick
yeah.
their hair
The
back.
white guy can slick his stuff
and-
back.
They can
and
spike
he's
it up.
good.
Yeah, they can spike it up or
Yeah.
whatever, and they're good because it's
Yeah.
not. And
No, but they
inches
used to
of
do
bulk.
it. They used to do it to the same, like whether you was black or white,
White,
or
black, whatever.
yeah, they was on it.
Well, then
Hey,
that's fine. That's
hey, hold
fine,
on.
right? Then that's good.
I know that's why I didn't have
Nah,
a
it's
problem
not
with it,
fine.
but
That's
I
what
mean,
my
I
question
understand
was
the
are they
application
enforcing
is
this across
fine,
the
but-
schools?
Yeah, the application is fine. Yeah.
But
Hey, real
nah,
quick.
it was against the rules even then.
Let me touch on what it's saying about Texas when it comes to the Crown Act. Okay, it says, okay, talking about the acts intended to prohibit race-based hair discrimination and bars employers and schools from penalizing people because of their hair texture or protective hairstyles, including afros, braids, dreadlocks, twists, or bantu knots. Texas is one of 24 states that has enacted a version of the Crown Act. A federal version of the Crown Act passed in the House of Representatives last year, but was not successful in the Senate. So I guess they have a version. What does that mean? A version of the Crown Act?
So this Crown Act's been going
Oh,
around for a while, federally.
Since
This
2019. Since
isn't.
2019.
Yeah, well, no, I mean this. There's been talk. It's not maybe just the Crown Act, but versions of it have been brought up to Congress multiple times. It's never passed yet, right? To protect
right.
people with hair discrimination, which sounds silly to me if you think about it just on a basis. I'm just gonna discriminate you on how you wear
Yeah.
your hair. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But see, for us, man, like you say, for
But I'll say that. Go ahead. Go on, my bad.
no, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Bo.
No, I was just gonna say like there's a fine line because over the years we've really been seeing these stories popping up all over the country. I remember seeing a video of that one kid. He was at the wrestling tournament,
Yep.
and the referee
Yeah,
told him
yeah.
he had to
Yeah,
cut his
cut his hair
hair,
off,
and he was
yep.
on the sideline cutting his hair. I think I saw a girl. She was a basketball player or something. They told her to cut her hair, and there was some other
One of the
cases.
gymnasts or something like that.
It was somebody I can't remember, but I do remember the guy. Distinctly remember the guy that was at the wrestling
Wrestling
tournament.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was terrible.
That was
Terrible.
Yeah, it
crap.
was sad
And
to
it,
watch.
yeah, it was. So I don't know. I gotta find out more details. But if it just sounds like this, there was a set of regulations that this guy was violating, and they apply that across the board to all students, then I guess I don't see a problem with it as long as it's applied across the board.
That's
If it
it.
come out that everybody was
Exactly.
walking around with long hair at the
Right.
school and they singled
Yeah.
him out,
Except for this guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
that's where I'm like, all
And-
right, man, hold on,
And that,
Can I?
go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna chime in just to piggyback on something Jay said too. It just really seems like when it comes to this shit is so fucking stupid, and it always seems to kind of impact us. But at the same time, just playing devil's advocate, it's like you know what you signed up for, that you were signed to abide by these rules. And even though it's fucked up, that's how they get you because you agreed to the rules. And I understand you may want your hair a certain way, but that's why they put that shit in there so that they could fuck with you. And it's
Mhm.
just like, man, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, man, you're trying to kill my individuality, but at the same time, and be discriminatory against me. But you got it in a way to where you could do that because of these rules you set in place that I have to sign and agree to when I go to
But they
your
know that, man.
establishment.
They know that. No, that's why they do it because they know, especially as black people, our hair is part of our heritage, man. Especially as a black woman. You know, you talking about throughout our ancestors, man. You know, with the fros or with the, the locks or the braids. It's part of us. It's part of who we are. It represents us as as a person, as a people. As our race. So when you're looking back, like, we're talking about slavery, even when slavery was abolished, all the thing about black hair, it became political. You're talking about the
Mm.
Civil Rights Act of 1964, where they banned discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, national origin. But
Right.
we still face a lot of professional and social stigma because not adopting to the grooming habits that fit white people or European, by beauty standards or the norms or whatnot.
Mm.
But that's not fair. But
Well, hey
then,
man, you ask my son what fair is, and he'll tell you it's a place
yeah.
where they judge pigs, bro. At the end of the day, and that's just real, man, because that's just how I raise him. Because fairness in this situation, you are signed up to go to this private school to get an education, right? What is that education worth to you? I mean, it's a small period of time, and it's not about it being right. It's not about it being fair. It's about you getting your education and knuckling down, following the rules to get the job done. And I just think that we as black people need to understand, we need to get the word fair out of our, because it ain't gonna be fair for you.
Listen
It's
to
not gonna
this.
be fair for you.
Listen to this. I just read this, okay? First off,
Go
this
for
kid
it.
has been growing his hair. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good,
kid-
bro. Let's run it.
this kid has been growing his hair for nearly 10 years, okay, and never
Hmm.
received any complaints up until now. It said until he let his when let down his dreads hang below his shoulders. But they said they couldn't understand because his hair was pinned up. Now this lady, his mother says, I even had a discussion about the Crown Act with the principal and the vice principal. She said they
Hmm.
said the act does not cover the length of his hair.
Well, it's an act. First up, I mean, an act is not a law.
Well, they
So
said it. Hey,
there.
they said it was made a federal law, but remember,
Oh, it
Texas
is a federal
only,
law.
yeah,
I didn't
Texas
think
only
It's a,
I didn't think it was a
has a
federal law,
version. They only cover.
but I didn't
No,
think it
it
was federal.
says right. It says, hold on.
this is a private school though. We've confirmed that it's a
Yes,
private school.
private school. And that's
Yeah,
the
and
big
I
thing.
mean, hey,
Yeah.
that's
It
that's
says
kind of a
here.
thing.
Yeah.
And it's
Mm,
like why would you set yourself up for failure that way? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you
that's
have
tough.
to make a choice. You have to choose
That's tough.
if an education at this institution is worth this particular problem. And after you've made that choice, you paid your tuition. Hopefully, the young man is performing in school.
Hmm.
You have to have a real conversation with your kids about what fairness is. And I mean, ultimately, man, it's not going to be fair. So, what do? You play the game by the rules. And, for some, they skirt the rules wherever they can. But I wonder if he actually cut his hair. So the judge ruled against him. Does anybody know what happened after that?
For what? For which one?
No,
For
I
the
haven't
for the
seen
young
anything
man,
on it.
because the judge
I
ruled
would be.
against him. They ruled in favor of the school. They upheld
Mhm.
the suspension. So I
No, no,
wonder
no.
if he cut his
He's
hair.
go- no, he's gonna be reload. They said they're gonna move him out to a school in Houston.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
hey man,
because
peace to the guys, man.
yeah,
Well,
because we
Peace
know
to that young
we
brother.
know one person he ain't coming to get a fade back because apparently he be fucking cats heads up.
Hey man,
You know,
relax. Stop
it's a
talking about
situation.
Ryan's barber like that. I
Ah,
have
you.
not been available. I have not been available. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Yeah, funny.
No, I would
Keep the
say,
man
man.
hairline like this.
I would say, man. I can see both sides for sure. The sad part is, man, the when you read the article, the kid just say he just wants to be
Oh,
a kid, man. He just wants to be a kid, man. And that's the sad part about it, man. And at the end of the day,
But that's the thing, though. If you're being a kid, then just do what you're told.
no,
That's
no.
part of being a kid.
Well, that's what I was going
Part of being
towards.
a kid is do what you're told, bro.
That's what I was
Cut
going.
your hair.
I was going there. You know what I'm saying? You have parents.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was going there. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is the school you want to go to. Then, hey, I don't know how good this school is on education board and all this stuff or whatnot, but um, I mean, if it's worth that sacrifice, it's worth that sacrifice. The education is important.
okay, so this is what I'm reading. It says the judge ruled that the school district's hair length policy, which applies to students of all races, did not violate the act. The Crown
Mm-hmm.
Act, which was
Mm-hmm.
specifically meant to protect discrimination against black hairstyles.
Hmm.
His mom is at the press conference with a white sheet and the eyes cut out, holding it up to the cameras.
Oh
That don't
wow.
Wow.
help. That ain't gonna help the cause with that
Yeah, that's
shit.
not gonna help the cause at all. No,
What
I'm
we
looking at it
doing?
Nah.
right
What we
here.
doing?
Oh
Well,
wow.
look,
You
man.
call
Now you
you
poking the
calling
bear. Now you
you calling the white person racist does not help any
No,
cause at
no,
all.
no.
And you all show up with the
And I
sheet.
mean, and
Wow.
see, that's like I'll be honest, man. I mean, I thought about my take on this subject a little bit, and I
Mm-hmm.
know our fan base isn't huge right now. Hey, man, share, like, subscribe to the podcast. But I mean, I thought about being at risk of being called a coon over this, right?
Same.
Because that's
Mm-hmm.
that's what you become, man. As soon as you get a crib and you not agreeing with the status quo of black people, you're a coon and everything.
Which is whatever
But
that is, anyway.
yeah, whatever that is, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that my perspective on this topic is more rooted in the advancement of this young man and I mean, if this school is worth its salt, then some things are going to be, I mean, you're going to have to make the choice. Is it worth it for you to change? Sometimes you have to be the one that changes, man. And it's not all because you're brown. It's not all because your hair is twisted up. It's not all because, something related to your and or culture. Like some rules are in place because, hey man, let's face it, the most important jobs, the most important industries in this country require some level of regulation. You gotta show that you can follow the rules at some point. At some point, you gotta show it.
Yeah.
And you gotta decide what things are worth it for you to and if it's not worth it, man, you fought your fight, you lost. All right, bet. I hope this young man found a better school and a better environment that he can thrive in. As for this situation, the rules were in place. You know what the rules were before you signed up. Read your contracts. If you sign a contract, read that motherfucker first. Like, know the rules of the games that you signed for. And that's what I got on that, man.
I 100% agree. I agree.
Yeah. Anybody else got any last remarks on the subject?
Fight me.
I think the rule is outdated, but it is the rule. And I mean, it's Texas, man. There's still a lot of archaic rules that and laws that they have in place and customs down there. Not fully like it once was, but still the culture is there. And you gotta remember, man, we live in a world where politicians, for the most part, don't have facial hair because they think that people think that it makes them look, not trustworthy and all that. And it's like,
Not
wow,
clean.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
I
and
mean,
that's
I
just-
mean,
That's the thing.
people,
I mean, Ted
people
Cruz
have
looks
that-
pretty bad with fucking facial hair. I'm just saying.
yeah, man. I mean, I'm just saying though, but it's like we should be way past whether or not this kid's hair is long or if a politician can have a beard in 2024.
You're not wrong.
And people should be able to think way more independently in that nature to let somebody's facial hair make them distrust them based on whatever, or somebody's hair length saying that, oh, you don't fit into our school or whatever. Like, come on, man. It's like AI said, we talking about practice.
We talking
We
about
talking about
practice.
hair. We
Practice.
talking about
Not
hair,
a game.
man.
Not the game.
We talking about hair,
Practice.
bro.
I mean,
Talking about some
whose
damn
hair is this?
Like, come on, man. As long as it's, neat and kept up and it ain't distracting nobody, man.
I feel you, bro, man, and
But that's just what their rule was. So it is.
yeah, I
what it is. You gotta
100%
follow the
agree,
rules.
man. I think
Yep.
yeah. I think you hit a solid point there in that it's an archaic rule, but attack the rule. You know what I'm saying? Cut your
Yeah.
hair, go to school,
Right.
you rally support around you,
Right.
and then you attack the rule, bro.
Yeah,
That's the
Yeah.
answer.
Right.
that's it right there. Facts.
Word.
Yeah, and just to keep it on the youth, man, I want to kind of segue that into the whole Cam Newton video, before we hit our last topic, man. I know we all kind of seen the video by now, man. Before I give
it's
my
fine.
take, man, I just want to,
Oh.
send that over the vote, man. What you think about that, man?
The Cam Newton? Is that what we're
Yeah,
talking
the
about?
Cam Newton video.
Hey,
Yeah.
say, explain what happened with Cam Newton first, though, man.
Okay, all right. So basically, Cam Newton's at a football camp. Some guys named TSP are there. It's a 7-on-7 camp. I think if you're in the sports world, you know what that is. But it's basically these kids. They come together. They play 7-on-7 football. Cam Newton's there to give support, advice, tutelage, leadership. Just overall support. The former
You mean
NFL
NFL MVP? Yeah, there you
NFL
go.
MVP,
Say-
former NFL
Put some
MVP.
respect on him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
NCAA
so
champion, Cam
Mm,
Newton.
NCAA
Mm,
champion.
yes,
yeah,
sir, yes,
yeah,
sir, yep.
absolutely.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Took
That
our
guy.
team to the Super
So-
Bowl. Mhm.
yeah.
Right.
So basically, what happens is he gets into an engagement with a group of the kids that were there, and they were talking back and forth, and then the kids tried to jump him, about 6 of them, But Cam Newton, if you know what he did on the football field, it's hilarious because when you watch the video, this big 6'5", 260-pound former MVP who used to run over 300-pound linemen is just tossing these 6 kids like rag dolls. He's got one guy in a bear arm hug. He grabs another dude by his dreads and he slings him like 40 feet. He grabs another guy. I mean, it was
and
just.
as much as they hold him, you see he was still on his feet.
He was still on his feet,
Yeah.
and it was just incredible to see. I was more in awe of just the sheer strength. It kind of really made me realize
That's a big
how
dude.
strong these football players are. Real talk, you got
And that's
6
a
boys on
quarterback.
you.
Hey,
That's
hey,
a quarterback.
and he didn't lose his
Mind
hat.
I think Cam is what he got to
He
be
did
at
lose
least
his hat.
near 40, right?
Yeah, yeah,
He did not lose the hat.
and he loses that.
Hey, yo.
But the bigger issue that everybody's been talking about is, this new generation doesn't have respect. The parents are encouraging their children to be out of pocket and, do some of these wild things. And there's been multiple situations where you see these kids getting in Cam Newton's face at different camps, talking crazy to him and disrespecting him to his face. And he's still showing up,
Mind
but
you,
Yeah, this
the
is the
camp that
one-time
he
thing.
started, a camp that he started for these kids.
Right.
yeah.
Like,
And this isn't
Well,
a,
I mean,
this isn't a one-time
go
thing.
ahead, Ryan.
This isn't a one-time thing. This has happened to Cam Newton. This is multiple times
Real
now.
talk.
This has happened, and
Right.
and it's
yeah, I think it's a
like,
first
what-
altercation, but the disrespect has definitely been there.
it's like what's going on? Like I'm confused on what's going on and why this is what's the need for this?
All right, are we podding, man? Are we gonna be serious? Are we podding? Like, what's?
Man, listen.
Because I got two
Say-
takes on this shit.
Say your
First
takes,
of all,
brother.
brother. Look,
Say your
whose
takes,
man's
brother.
is this, brother? We
Say your
pod,
piece. Say
baby.
your piece, brother. Say your
Hey,
piece.
man. Hey,
I
man.
bet.
Hey, get
So-
it out, brother.
So what's up with Cam
Oh.
Newton and this fucking witch hat, bro? Cam Newton, the 3 kids jumped on him, and he was like, "Protego."
Yo, you been playing the Hogwarts.
Cam Newton was like, "Protego," and the thing came around him, and he started gripping kids up, man. It was reckless. But on the real, man, I think the problem is, I mean, it's the problems on both sides, right? The problem is Cam Newton is too accessible to these kids, man. Cam Newton is too accessible because I remember going to the Jordan camp when I was young or
What you
whatever.
mean- what you mean by
We'll
accessible?
talk about that offline.
What you-
Meaning that how is it that you are in the purview of these 3 to 6 young men and you don't have any security around you? Like you said, this ain't the first time that this happened to Cam Newton because he engages in the back and forth with these kids, man. Like kids are telling him, hey, man, in one of the deals, they were like, oh, man, don't know why they want to pick you. You're a free agent, blah, blah. And instead of Cam being like, well, that's part of the process, man. You become a player, then, eventually a time is up. The time is undefeated. But what you got to know as a young man is even as great as I was, as you're becoming great on your way up, you need to manage your finances and manage your resources because this thing ain't forever, bro. What does Cam Newton do? Oh, well, I'm still rich, little dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you missed a teachable moment right there. And Cam keeps missing these teachable moments because, okay, you want to be accessible. And I appreciate the idea that he's accessible, but Cam is missing these teachable moments and he's putting himself in bad situations. And you can't expect for these kids to be mature enough to appreciate, yo, man, I'm in the presence of greatness. I'm in the presence of an NCAA superstar, an NFL MVP, and a multi-millionaire. This dude can do more for me by lifting up a cell phone than a lot of the hours that I spend in the gym. But you can't expect for every kid to recognize that. So as Cam Newton, as the senior party in these exchanges, man, you gotta have it in you to reel these kids
You
in,
can't
bro.
expect these kids to
Stop trying to
recognize
be the
that.
homie. But don't be
You
the
can't-
homie. You there as a mentor and a teacher to try to get these kids on the right path. That's what you're there
Mm.
for. You're
You
not there
can't
to go
expect
back
these
and
kids to
forth with these
respect you in the
kids, bro.
process when you talking reckless right along with them. You throw all that out the
Right.
window.
Right. That's exactly my
Yeah.
point, bro.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point.
And
I
So
can't
we
in the
argue with
already
that.
beginning, I felt bad for Cam, and I'm like, damn, dude, Cam is always on the wrong side of these issues. But
Mhm.
how many times do we have to see these issues happen before we start looking at Cam
Mm.
like, bro, what are you doing here
What are you doing?
that makes these kids so comfortable to disrespect you this way?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't hear about that in Peyton Manning camp,
Nope.
and Eli Manning camp,
Nope.
and Drew Brees camp.
Nope.
Like, you know these dudes are out there with the
Mhm.
people. You know they out
And more so.
there. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But Cam want to mix it up, and he wants to be a kid with these kids
Mm-hmm.
instead of being a mentor and the example of a professional that these kids need to see.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my take on it.
Shit,
Man,
That
that
cat was
was
like, Pacheco!
Hey, shoot. I mean, hey, I think that's all we need to say about that.
right. I thought that was
Nah,
perfect.
man. Hey, spit it up, man. What's up? What's
Nah,
up?
nah,
Talk
nah.
with me. What's up?
That was
No,
perfect.
I'm in
man.
agreement with you. I'm in agreement with
Hey,
you.
Yeah,
You
that was
hey,
perfect.
you,
I could have said it better myself, man.
hey man,
You hit it right on the head.
I wanna definitely say, man, bro, you gotta relax.
Hey, that was
You said-
wild.
Yeah, hey, you gotta relax. But look, I like Jay do. I agree because that's kind of where I was gonna go with it too. Like I was going to come at the angle to where kind of like with the parenting as well. At times we too worried about, I know
Talk
you trying
about
to
it.
reach these people on their level, but at the same time, you trying to you trying too hard to be their friend instead of being a parent or being the mentor. And yeah, it's okay to joke with somebody and stuff like that, but like you said, it's becoming to a point to where they're feeling so comfortable that they can come at you and disrespect you
Mm-hmm.
like you are they peer
Mm.
when you are not they peer.
And the dude is
And
gigantic, man.
yeah,
Like, what kind of heart you gotta have
Huge.
to take off on Cam Newton?
Huge.
Like,
yeah.
that dude is huge, bro.
Bro, you
Big
saw
guy.
you saw him
I'll pull out, I'll be
he
like,
was
pop, 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 pop.
he was swinging one dude while
Right.
in a headlock and then
Right.
push another
Yeah.
dude. All I'm saying is
Yeah.
the dude is 6'5",
I wonder what he said, bro.
250.
I wonder what Cam Newton said to
But
these
we don't
kids.
really know the
But
whole
go ahead,
story.
Cap. Go ahead,
Yeah,
bro. I'm sorry,
I just
man.
said we don't really know the whole story. We don't because we keep
Yeah,
hearing,
we
oh,
don't.
he was trying to break up a fight, but then when you look at the video, it looked like they were just ready to fire for him. So you just really
Not
never
ready,
know.
they was.
But
It was everybody
yeah,
on him.
yeah. But at the same
Was
time,
on his
man,
head.
but here it is. Instead of taking this opportunity to be like, man, I got a person who went to the Super Bowl, MVP, an NCAA champion in my presence, to try to take this opportunity and turn it into something. You rather try to Cat Williams the man, and then you hear the whole joint like that's why your heroes don't want to come to the hood.
Oh,
That's why you see what happened to you see what happened to Nip, and you see what happened to all these other people like Hakeem Talib. I think his brother shot
Oh,
somebody.
yeah, he
Somebody
got
shot his
shot
brother.
at the yeah. Mhm.
Like this is the stuff that we talking about here. Like why is it just in like I said in our community with this youth, bro? I just out of pocket, and it's like where the parents said they ain't teaching them. Once again, they trying to be their friend because they not holding them accountable. Them same kids, they parents is like, oh, don't worry about that. We're gonna go to the next camp. Let me go get you some Jordans or a game or whatever. They not holding these kids accountable, brother. And it's sad that it's like that. And they not involved with their kids because we talk about this all the time. I monitor what my kids have on their phone. I monitor what they chatting about. I know I'm not gonna catch everything, but I kind of know what's going on.
and even I'm gonna have a conversation with my send them to the Cam Newton campus. Like, man, if you ever get an opportunity to have a one-on-one with Cam Newton, man, you take advantage of that opportunity.
Right.
And I'm not telling you to kiss nobody's ass, but you need to be respectful because that's a person that has information that could be valuable to your future.
Yes.
Right.
I'm
And just
having that conversation
Yes.
specifically, bro.
Mhm.
Specifically. So my kid will never be caught up, man. I hope to goodness he never is caught up in a situation where he's in a pack of wolves that's disrespecting an icon this way.
and then check this out, Jay. Then these gonna be the main ones. Oh, bragging, man, I stole off on Cam Newton, and then when he shut his camp down, I know he probably not because he loved trying to give back. But then as soon
Right,
as he shut it
right.
down, then what we gonna say? Oh,
Mm.
there go another brother don't want to give back. They forget where they come from.
Oh,
Who
he
Wop
one of
win.
them.
Oh, he one of them. You know what I'm saying? But then
Mm.
when people try, like I said, then you try to Cat Williams the man. When he out
Right.
here trying to play
Cat
catch
Williams,
football
right.
with the trying to play catch football with the youth so
Yeah.
you can see and
Mhm.
touch your heroes, and then
Right.
you really want to touch your heroes. I know it's a
Right.
relaxed moment,
Right.
but just saying, you know what I'm
Relax.
saying? You know what I'm
What you
saying?
got,
Like,
bro? What's up, man? You look like you thinking over there. What's
I'm
good,
I'm
bro?
I'm listening to I'm listening to what y'all are saying, man, and it's like I hear both of y'all real talk because Cam Newton is a grown adult man, and
Mhm.
he should know when these teachable moments happen because these are children at the end of the day, and children don't know
Mhm.
shit, right? And he should understand that a lot of these kids are gonna play with you just because they might want to go viral on TikTok. Oh, I'm gonna pull my phone out and start talking crazy to Cam Newton.
And that's the
You
thing.
know what I'm saying? So
That's
you
the
have to
thing.
pick up. You got to pick up on that. That's what this generation does now. There's a lot of clout chasing.
Mm.
He's got to know
Mm.
better because now, like I was telling y'all in pre-production, he kind of opened himself up for a lawsuit. Even if he was right and they attacked him, he could probably get sued, and his best advice might be to pay out, settle, just because it's gonna
Right.
cost you X amount of
Right.
whatever. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, look, man, parents, and the kids, come on, man, we gotta do better. It's like, yo, man, like, what are y'all doing this for? Why don't your children have any type of restraint? Why do they feel comfortable running up on this guy who's there to support y'all? And why do you guys have the mindset that you're clearly taking this dude's presence for granted?
Mhm.
You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like everybody ain't getting to play 7-0. You know how many kids want to play 7-7 and have Cam Newton there? Because he could
Man,
pull
what?
his phone out, put it on his Instagram, and now this guy went from a no star to a 2-star, 3-star, 4-star,
Mhm.
5-star,
Yeah.
whatever. You know?
Yes, man.
So
Yeah,
it's
man. Yeah,
you
I
know.
mean,
But
I don't know,
on the
man. I
heels
was
of
just
that, though,
listening to y'all.
man, on the heels of that, shouts to Cam for not really roughing boys up the way
he could have fucked him
you know what I'm
up.
saying? So
Yeah.
I mean, I know I put
Mhm.
I put a lot of responsibility on Cam,
Mhm.
and I bet, you know what I'm saying? But man, he could really fuck them boys up.
Yes.
'Cause-
Yes.
Because I know what
Uh-huh.
I would have done.
He's
I
six.
know what I would have done.
He's 6'5".
And I'm not 6'9",
Look at him,
Yeah,
say,
he's 6'5", 250,
260.
man. What are we
Yeah,
talking
man.
about?
this man talking about whose man is this?
Man, what?
Man.
Y'all would have been, man, I'm telling you. I'd have been John Wick in
Man,
this thing, man, but
And that's the to piggyback off of what y'all all said, man. It's
can you
just
repeat that, sir? You said piggy.
yeah,
what?
wait.
piggyback.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Calm
okay.
down,
I'm like,
calm
piggy
down.
butt, fam.
We ain't got to the pig
Relax.
butt segment. We
Yeah.
about to get there though. We about to get to the pig
We about,
butt.
we about to
man.
hit you with the chicharron, baby.
We about to get there. Not yet.
Man, just to like piggyback off that, man, it's just like, yo, like this dude up here trying to mentor you, and you gonna disrespect this man, but at the same time, you gonna lower your level to these kids. At
I mean, two wrongs.
Two wrongs don't make it right. Two wrongs don't make it right, man. And I'm not gonna put any. I'm not trying to put any blame on fucking Cam, but I know how we as community can be sometimes when someone comes at us a certain type of way. But again, you're putting your kids here to get mentored. What the fuck are we doing? Like, this dude's trying to help y'all. Take advantage of this. This dude's the MVP. Might be on the cusp of a fucking yellow jacket. All right?
Yes. Yes.
Like
He's
what
in
are
that
we,
conversation.
right? So what are we doing? What are we talking about? This dude is telling you how to get to where you want to be and where to go. Like,
At least he should be.
yes,
At least he
he should be.
should be.
Yes.
Now, and that's the thing. That's the unknown element in this situation. We don't know what words were exchanged. Um, I wish Cam had better skills in diffusing this situation and these previous situations.
Mhm.
But history tells us that Cam does a tit for tat with these kids. And dog,
Mhm.
you got to know that you above these motherfuckers, man.
Mhm.
Like, man, you got them
Yeah.
M's on you. You got them
Yeah.
M's on you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you got a witch hat on. You were like Protego.
Good shit.
You were like
hat.
Protego. But nah, man,
Hey.
for real. Like
Oh,
like
man.
there comes a point where you have to elevate, man.
Yes,
You
sir.
have to be above it. You have to represent something bigger than yourself. Cam Newton has the God-given gifts. He's earned the respect, and now man. He's
Yeah.
got to pay the thing. If he's gonna pay it forward, he needs to go about it the right way. And that's all I got.
These parents need to parent, man.
hey,
Facts.
let me say
Protego.
this though. On a lighter note, that shit motivated me to go hard in the gym. G, I just started going back, but seeing that nigga just
Hey.
like tossing motherfuckers
Man,
like that, bro,
what?
I was like, man, I
Listen,
want to hit this gym,
this man
bro.
in the gym watching the video between sets and getting pumped up.
Man.
Right.
Getting hyped. Getting hyped, please.
Oh
He
man.
got
Hey,
the,
hold
he
on
got
now.
the video of Cam roughing up kids on repeat and shit. He's sitting on the treadmill.
He done, hey,
Well, hold on now, Mo. Hold on now, Mo.
Bro.
Just because you
Did
listen
the
to
video that came
just
out
'cause-
with had Knock If You Buck playing in the background?
So what now?
Man.
Wait a
And
minute, wait.
the video they came out with had the song "Nuck If You Buck" playing in the background.
I ain't
Oh,
seen
yeah,
that shit. I knew the memes were coming. I ain't been on the internet today.
Oh, they out there.
Hey, Bo
Yeah,
playing
the memes,
Bo
the
playing
internet's
Eye of the
undefeated.
Tiger. Bo playing Eye of the Tiger in the deal,
Man.
running on the treadmill.
Listen, hey,
Gee.
Bo, just because you listen to waist
Hey.
though. Hey, just because you listen to waist don't mean you can whip that ass though.
Oh yeah. Nah. Hey, I just didn't know that I could grab Amar by the back collar and just man, bro. And he had like a
you trying to
sinister
yeet
laugh
kids
on his
across
face
the
too.
Yeah, he was smiling. He was
Hey.
smiling.
Man, bro.
Before we move on to topic, I just want to say this to you, Bo, man. That's fine that you want to watch the video while you're working out, man. Listen, just don't be in the gym with the witch hat on, standing in the mirror talking about something. All right?
like I
I'm
told
finna get one.
like I told Bo the other day, I'm waiting for the day Junior buck up so I can show him
Oh.
this old man
Oh,
strength.
man. What?
Ah. hey, Jason, remember? Hey, look, remember y'all ever wrestle with y'all girl? You know, you with your girl and she want to fake wrestle with you, but then you gotta really kind of demonstrate on her just a little bit. So she's like, oh, wait a minute, whoa, you know, you let her win a little bit. She feeling confident, and then you just
I had to show Pound Cake a couple
grown
of
man
times.
strength is real,
I had
G.
to show Pound Cake a couple of times. She's like, oh, you want to be serious? Now I just have to let you know what's popping out here. I may look like a teddy bear, but hold on, fella. Run into the cocaine grizzly, baby.
Allegedly, I choked my wife out one time. Allegedly.
What?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
She was like, "You're really joking me?" I was like, "No, I didn't." That was like 20%. But in real life, I hugged her sister as she passed out. But that's a whole different story. Go on, man. What's the next topic?
Oh man.
Hey, man. Hey,
We are live.
I'm showing them that cocaine grizzly
We're
bear
live.
strength, baby.
So shy. The last time we got to Egypt, brother. I know you had something you wanted to talk about here that you brought to our attention
man.
this evening. Go ahead and kick that off.
And I'm with that macho man, Randy. Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, the last but not least, man. I mean, I don't know how many people even read about this, man, but these people in Florida, you know what Charlamagne say about people in Florida, man.
Florida man.
And man, hey man, these cats, man, they ran up in the crib, you know, for child pornography or whatever, end up stumbling on bestiality. You know what I'm saying? They man, I don't know if anybody's seen them videos back in the day where
And we got
this
names. Hey, let's name these people, man.
the
We got
it was
names for
Jamie.
'em?
Hold on, yeah. I got the name, man. Hold up. Let me get the name real quick while we on it.
Yeah, it was wild, man. Yeah, I
Yeah,
came
it's
across this.
Samantha Lee White and John White.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? They got arrested for having, the bestiality moment that the husband was uh uh videotaping the wife having sex with, they dogs and stuff. And come to find out, I'm gonna just say relax and before I get into it, but she was obsessed with horse penis and and all of that. So I mean, she was wild, and that's what happened, man. I mean,
and
I
they
don't know, man.
had
There's
kids
some wild
too,
people
right?
out here. I mean, they did have kids. Yeah, they did have kids, man. But that's
Right,
that's
right.
wild, brother.
That's the sad
There's a
part
lot of
about it.
weirdos out here.
Sad part about
You
it.
got
they
the
had
people
kids.
out here being My Little Ponies with the hooves.
Hey man, relax. Hey man, hey shouts to the furries, man. We're not trying to
Yeah, you
disrespect.
already
Yeah,
pulling
yeah,
out
yeah.
first.
We don't want to
Shouts to
disrespect
the
the
furries, man.
furries,
Let's
but we
go.
definitely gonna use y'all for our laughs. But for real though,
Yeah.
but man, it's some weirdos. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I be perving, but damn, dog, I ain't perving like that. That's some wild. That's wild, brother.
Man,
I
They
mean,
said she was having sex with a dog, her own pets.
Man, brother. I don't know if you seen
they
these
said her
videos back in
dogs.
the day.
They said her dogs. They said, listen. They went in there. They had to get the dogs. They said the dogs are safe. It was funny because at the end of the whole
dogs
fucking.
just say
They said that at the end of the whole fucking spiel. I was reading this shit. They
the
said,
dogs ain't safe, man. The dogs is like, what
Say
the
the animals
fuck,
ain't
man? She
safe
was
no
giving
more,
me
huh?
blowies and
You
shit.
know what I'm
Like,
saying?
what you doing?
Y'all took away my
Right,
son.
y'all taking her? Like, what? Take him.
Yeah, take him, leave her,
They
man.
said
Yeah,
the dogs
leave
is
her.
safe.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you don't know if she had a strap on with these dogs, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, she was banging the dog.
Hey man,
That's a
listen,
lot.
listen.
That is a
Your
lot.
Is it
imagination
a lot?
wild,
Is it
dog.
a
I
lot?
do not want to
You
see your
fucking,
search
you fucking
history.
dogs
Oh
ain't no.
my God.
Hold on. We talking about people fucking dogs, and we talking about there's a line to this shit.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
My imagination just had not crossed the line of strapping on and fucking a dog, bro.
I mean, have
that
y'all
shit-
ever been to Tijuana? Because that's a thing down there.
Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. Allegedly, supposedly.
Wait, what?
Boys
What is in
Town. Shouts to
Tijuana?
Boys Town.
Boys Town.
What's in
the-
Tijuana? You
Shouts
can
to
go
Boys
have.
Town.
They had the little
You,
animal
you
shows
could
like
go
that.
you could go see the show, brother, in
Donkey
Tijuana.
Show,
They got
man.
the show, the Donkey Show.
Oh
With-
man.
Yeah,
Hey,
oh,
listen,
yeah.
Seems like, huh?
Me being in the military,
Google that flight right now?
unfortunately, I've seen the show,
Mm.
and it wasn't a welcome show. And you know, some cultures, man, you know, they fuck goats, man. That's just what it is.
I don't know, man. That's a
Hey,
lot.
you see the look on his
Wow.
face.
See, the wild shit to me though is say what, bro?
He said, look at his face.
Yeah, just the look
Oh,
on
wow.
Brian's face was, hey, when he was trying to talk about
That's
it, that man
ridiculous.
just couldn't, he was speechless.
They fuck goats.
But
I've
yeah,
seen it.
man,
Y'all said Tijuana, I thought he was Googling flights.
The wild shit to me,
Google
man.
it.
So they had posted the chick's Facebook page, and of course I went to her Facebook page,
Oh, this man.
and yeah, but they had hella animals, yo. It's like dogs,
And they had a
horses,
farm.
Yes, they have a shit ton of
cows,
animals.
like,
Yes,
they
yes.
had mad
They have
animals,
bad
yo.
animals. Yes.
Hey, and it's crazy because I
just-
told Jay before I knew her that she was hitting the animals off. I was like, man, she kind of turning me on, B.
But-
hey,
I was like, she
man,
can
she
get it, yo.
aight.
But yeah, until the animal shit, and that's just something I can't get with.
Like,
brother.
Wait,
Nah.
you guys saw the video?
No.
No.
Hey,
I
Bo
have
was like,
seen videos,
hey, Bo,
though.
hey, Bo sending the text like, hey, send me the video. B."
Yeah, send me that.
I'm on Twitter. You know they got everything on Twitter, man. I was
Hey,
about to
put
go.
that video in the group chat.
No, it was the Facebook page, and I was just like, "Hey, she ain't bad." Because usually when you hear something like that, you thinking it's
wow.
gonna be somebody
Listen,
looking wild,
listen,
and I'm like, "Man,
listen,
Right.
she alright."
listen. I'm into my fair of white women. She wasn't all right. Something wrong. I seen her face. I said something wrong. Now,
Oh,
granted,
come on.
granted,
Ryan.
listen,
Ryan.
Ryan, wait a
listen.
minute.
It was her
And
mugshot.
whose man's is this? If
I
we
saw
gonna
her
be real,
Right.
It was
You
her
ain't
mug-
go to the Facebook page. I put the Facebook page in the link,
Hold on.
and you ain't even go.
I ain't gonna-
because I think they blocked it right now.
Yeah, it's blocked. Yeah, see,
Okay,
I went
okay.
early. I went early.
Okay. She like that.
Come on, dog.
She
She
like
was-
that. She like that.
I mean, not like that, but I mean, it get late in the bar. You single. We not talking about we get happily married men
What's your name again?
and relationships that we appreciate the women in our lives. We're not talking about that right now.
I love my wife.
What's the lady name again?
We was in these streets.
Hey, what's the lady name again?
Oh my God.
Sammy Lee White.
Huh?
Sammy Lee White, man.
I'll
Sandy.
be honest,
Lee?
man.
No, Sammy.
I was
Sammie.
Good
Yeah,
shake.
yeah. I was so happy they wasn't black people though, man. You know how it goes, man. It's like man,
it's
you
getting
hear about
bad,
some
though,
wild
isn't
shit,
It's getting bad to these
and you're
black
like,
folks, man.
fuck, please don't be black. Please don't be black.
Man.
Like the DC sniper got me with
Oh,
that
that
shit.
shit fucked me
The
up.
DC
Oh, my
sniper
God.
got me
Oh,
with
man.
that shit.
Oh,
Like,
that
I
fucked
was
me up.
like,
DC
I know
sniper.
you're not
Shit.
black, so don't be black. I was like, oh,
Man,
but got me.
but you know what, though?
Got him.
Not to sound racist. His last name was Muhammad. That's all I say. And it, man, hey.
That's more
Um,
culturalist than racist.
You
but
right.
yeah,
fair
You
enough.
right. You right. You right.
Where we
All
at
I'm
on
saying
time,
is,
man? What's up?
Hey, before we leave, all I'm saying is, if it's me
I
at
see
the
the
end of the
mugshot
night,
ain't it. Nah, hell no.
yeah,
not
the mugshot ain't it, brother. All I'm saying
Nah, that
is,
ain't it.
God rest his soul. But if I seen in the club Kobe,
Kobe.
Kobe.
But it got to be like after 2, though. Like after 2,
Yeah.
clubs closing down. It's like, she danced with me a couple of times.
yeah,
She laughed
for
at
sure.
one of my jokes.
But the mugshot definitely not it, brother.
Where we at on time, Ryan? What's up, bro?
I think that's about the time, man. We don't
That's it?
covered everything we
Yeah,
need to cover.
about-
Yeah.
About hour 20 in. Yeah.
Hour 20? We ain't got 10 minutes.
We can do some shit.
You want to do 10 minutes?
Yeah,
All
what's
right,
up?
so we can do 10 on. We can do it on Wendy Williams
That's
because that's a big thing
That
going
Wendy
on.
Williams sounds deep as fuck. Y'all was telling me.
That's kind of salacious, man.
Pre-production, man. That sounds real. I mean, that sounds real.
Or we can talk about Buddy that they hit the Powerball on the internet, but was like, nah, I mean,
I didn't research that topic. I mean,
I
I
didn't
knew we
research
talked
him at
about
all,
it.
man. I don't know what was going on.
I didn't get a chance to really research that one. I didn't
And
know
it's
that.
another. I mean, yeah, because the one some of the topics. Or okay, here go
Or
one real quick.
we can talk
What you got?
about Black A-Rod. Black A-Rod.
Man,
Hey,
Ooh, like hey, bride.
hey, he said he tan. He ain't trying to do the reverse Sammy Sosa.
I mean, well, hold up, though. Is A-Rod, what is A-Rod? We know he's Hispanic, but what Hispanic is he? You know what I'm
He's
saying?
Colombian, I
we
know.
know he ain't that darkest fan that he saw on TV the other day.
I thought he's
Man,
Dominican. You know,
Yeah, he's Dominican. Yeah, he's
'Cause if he's
Dominican. That's my bad, man.
he's
Shout out to
Dominican.
DR,
He's
yo.
Dominican. I'm saying they get dark. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Listen,
Ryan, but have you ever
I remember
seen
J-Lo
this dude this dark,
seen
bro?
A-Rod that dark before.
No, but
brother, he
but,
pulled
but,
the Kramer. He
but
put
he
butter
could,
on himself and he basted too much outside.
but he could also
The
be
Kramer.
that could also be his true skin
Keep that
color
up there for a second.
that he
Hold
was
on,
hiding
hold
this
on.
whole time because
Hold
he
on.
wanted to be part of the lighter crew, if you know what I mean, to adhere to something else. So that should be something else to be looking to, not just you try to get darker. Maybe that's closer to his actual real skin color.
No, but he said he came out and said he
Hey, listen,
pulled the
bring that
Kramer
picture
and
up
he was
again.
outside. He pulled the Kramer. He fell
Hey,
asleep
Jay.
outside and
Pull
got
that
burned.
picture back up again, Jay.
Well, Kramer put butter on his skin. That's
And we don't know if he didn't butter up. We didn't know if he didn't base the
Yo,
skin.
Now hold
relax.
on. Now listen. Y'all see that picture?
Does that man look buttered up to you?
Hey, man.
Pull up that Sammy
Hey,
Sosa.
Hey, I'm not used to
Which
looking
one-
at
which-
buttered up
which Sammy,
men,
though?
so
Which-
one of y'all
What Sammy you
go
want?
ahead
You
and
want
handle
white
it.
Sammy or black Sammy? Which one Sammy you want?
And he pulled a reverse Sammy, bro.
Right, hey, put that back up, yo. Hey, put that back up, Guan.
Which?
Hey,
which-
let's see the original recipe and the extra tasty crispy and shit.
Hey, he got the spicy
This
on
shit
him.
is crazy.
Hey, that man out there on the beach with olive oil on his skin.
Hey, that man jerk.
So he need to
Hey,
get
bro,
up and
looking
put
jerk.
olive oil on.
But my
That's
question is this: in this climate, why the hell would you want to go darker? They ain't gonna give you a good loan for that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all laughing
You're
about
right
it,
about that
man.
bread, man.
Hey, his credit score went down as soon as he woke up. They played that.
He said as soon as he woke
Hey, mama, hey, man, he trying to get into the game. They stopping him and frisking him and
It's
shit.
like,
Like,
nah.
oh, man.
Hold on.
Hold on.
That's
I'm
what
out
it
of
is.
Rodriguez. You don't see my movies? They're like,
No.
Yeah,
not those
That's
movies.
stupid as hell, bro.
Come on, you too dark for me to drive that nice car like this, boy.
But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, A-Rod been in the media for a time. This dude plays a sport that's
Yo, funny as hell.
played outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, he plays
Yeah,
the sport outside.
yeah.
If he was gonna be this dark ever, I just assumed that we had seen darkest A-Rod that we had ever seen.
Fair
But
enough.
this dude,
Fair
he
enough.
come out with that mambo sauce, dog. Like, what is going on with A-Rod, man?
Man, he look like
Hey.
he look like he got stir fried.
Olive oil.
That
on his
Mambo
eye.
song. Hey, fuck it. Man,
So that man don't rub that stubbs on him, huh?
Hey,
That's
Rod,
right, man.
let's be honest, man.
A-Rod getting that bread, though.
A-Rod wasn't shit when he went to New York.
Right.
The only reason he even won the championship is because that man Derek Jeter, who white people want to claim was theirs. That's it. And also
They trying
Derek
to fake
Jeter.
Jeter?
And then Derek Jeter also bless him.
Not y'all finna have a racial draft 2.0.
My
Hey, man,
milk of magnesia.
Jeter played AAA ball in my hometown,
Black
Greensboro,
delegation.
North Carolina, man.
No
Shout out to
shit. No
Greensboro.
shit.
Fried rice.
Okay.
Yeah, hell
That
yeah,
whole-
hell yeah. Greensboro Bass, man. Word.
Hey,
All right, dog.
hey, one more thing before we leave, man. There's something Bo had brought to the attention, man, about this Corey Holcomb saying Dave Chappelle not funny, man. What y'all think about that? Then he just got into it with Donnell.
He didn't say Dave wasn't funny. That's not. I don't think that's quite what Corey said.
Okay.
But
Did he not
he was
say that?
basically.
Bo?
What did he say, Bo?
Oh, yeah, no, he said that Dave Chappelle bombs on stage.
Yeah,
when
that's
he
what he
does his
said.
stand up. He
Oh,
said Dave
okay.
Chappelle be bombing, and he was like,
Yeah.
he's not really like that when he's on stage, and he was like, motherfuckers been scared to say that, but he was like, I've been saying this for some time now that he's just not a funny stand up comedian, you know. And
I mean, truth be
the
told,
last few
truth be
Dave
told,
Chappelle live, these episodes on Netflix, and I ain't seen nowhere where this man bombed, and that's on stage.
Well, nah, but see, Corey's not Netflix special. He's talking about when Dave's going around the country clubs. Which
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Dave admitted that, like in it was either his last special or the special before. He said that, yeah, man, I went out. I was part of one of his sets before. So I'm not fronting on Corey for speaking the truth on that part. The piece that gets me though is Ashley Larry / Ashford Larry. Shouts to Joe Budden, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to Joe podcast. So the homie he was on Joe Budden last week, and he didn't necessarily talk to the Corey Holcomb part because it hadn't happened yet, right? But he was just kind of explaining how, you know, he's finally getting his opportunity and get it. You know, he gives mad props to Dave and blah blah. And he's got a Netflix special coming out at the end of the month. The problem that I have with Rollins is, man, you up, bro. Like, you got a Netflix special. Corey don't have a Netflix special. And it's not because Corey ain't funny enough to get one. It's because the industry don't fuck with Corey because he says wild shit. Like, that's just Corey Holcomb's brand. I think he's hilarious as a comedian. Shouts to the 5150 show. He got his own podcast, and he just gets on there and says reckless shit, usually about more women. Like, the dude is reckless, but he's hilarious as hell. And he's one of them ones that if he comes to your town, he's gonna sell out because he's got a following that loves that type of comedy. So his falling out with Rollins was basically, he said he was doing a set. Rollins had went before him, and Corey Holcomb was the closer, from what I understand. And Rollins came up, you know, because Corey was talking shit. He was basically saying the thing that triggered him was, he said, if you did 3 movies, a dick in the ass, right? And that's one of Corey Holcomb's things. He lives in Hollywood, and he's like, if you don't get down with the LGBTQ plus lifestyle, then you can't really get on it. So one of his things, as one of his rationale for not getting on, is because he don't do gay shit. It's similar to how Cat Williams got out there and said, yo, man, you know, cats are doing gay shit out here. And Rollins basically confronted him while he was in the middle. And Corey Holcomb told him, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? He didn't say that he sucked. He didn't say that he wasn't funny. He said that he was mild. And, you know, Rollins was just going at this dude saying, you know, I'm him, I'm a beast, blah, blah, blah. And it kind of felt like a rollout to me. It kind of felt like Rollins was trying to get, you know, drum up some attention for his special. Because everything nowadays is a fucking rollout.
That's it.
But I don't know, man. I mean, the dude got, and he was trying to stand up for Dave too, which I can appreciate to a degree. But man, it's just comedy, man. You're in the entertainment business. Don't be so sensitive about this shit,
That's
bro. It's comedy.
Yeah. That's it.
Like, come on, dog.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And I will say one thing, man, on Dave Chappelle. His stand-ups aren't that funny. Sorry.
Dude, I think that dude's a master, bro.
I think his shows are funny. His stand-ups before he went on his "I'm gonna be a preacher / a comedian" thing were funny. When he's talking about getting jacked off on the bus stop, that's just funny. To me. But now when you're trying to preach to me, I don't need no message, man. What I need a message for? I need just be funny. That's it.
Everybody entitled to their own opinion, even though yours don't matter right now. But everybody entitled to their own opinion.
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't hear none of that man just said, brother.
Right.
All I heard was,
whose fucking man is over there? Yeah.
Over there.
Whose man is
actually, no. He's actually over there for you. But anyway.
Whose man?
Whose man is this?
Whose man?
All right, man. All right. So that's it for episode 2, gentlemen. Hey, everybody, appreciate, you know. Hey, listen, again, like, share, subscribe, go out there on YouTube, you know, hit that button for us, okay, people? You know, also hit the comments, man. If it's positive, if it's negative, comment. You know, if you want to hear us talk about something, put it in there, all right? So we can go ahead and touch that. All right. On I know,
before you do the last sign off, man, I just want to say something, Darius, man. Next time, Guap, you represent Air Force, man. Don't be coming on screen with no damn Marine shirt on, brother.
Hey,
like,
what is?
Yeah, like, you need to relax.
Boo this man.
Boo this man.
Boo this man.
Boo this man.
Marines.
Armed Forces.
Ah, man.
It's all good. We all one team, one
Navy
fight.
property, face ass.
He said one team, one.
One team, one fight,
One,
face.
one band, one sound.
Yeah, but you
One
didn't
band,
sign
one
up for that
sound.
team, did you?
Jesus, man. You
Hey,
repping other squads and
Hey,
shit. That's
listen,
awful.
I train Marines. Did I not, Cap?
It don't matter.
No, that ain't what I asked you.
Nah, I train Marines too, and that shit
Yeah,
don't.
you did. It,
I
man,
work
hey,
with
man.
Marines. What are we talking
Hey, so
about?
next
Hey,
podcast,
man.
brother, you need to
Hey,
have
we'll
an Air
talk
Force
about
shirt
that
on or something.
offline, man.
Yeah.
Get on the Xbox. We'll talk about that part.
Get your shit
Hey,
together.
brother Musan, appreciate you joining us, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate your input. You always welcome to come back and enjoy up with us, man, and just chop it up with us.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Man, for sure.
My brothers.
Hey,
That's,
much love, man.
y'all get on the game. Y'all
Hey,
get
we
on the
about-
game.
hey,
right
we
now.
about to get on the
Yes, sir.
game.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
You
get on
know
the
we
game,
about to
baby.
game. You know we about to
All
game.
right.
All right, y'all.
Yeah,
All
like,
right.
share, subscribe, man. Let's get on this game.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
man.
All right.
Peace to the
All right.
guys.